Okay, listen up, Oklahoma City. The Oklahoma City Thunder is looking to add more people to its team. So this weekend, they're holding auditions for Thunder drummers and storm chasers. Joining us this morning to talk all about it is Cristian Guzman, the performance teams manager for the OKC Thunder. Thanks so much for coming in this morning to talk about this. So we know what drummers are, but for the people that don't know, talk about what a storm chaser is and what they do.
Absolutely. So our Storm Chasers is our interactive team. If you've ever been to a game, they're in the stands, they're leading the chants. They also do a lot of promotional events outside of the Thunder, so not just in the arena, but they do charity events as well. They just make sure that everyone at the Thunder games are having a great time.
So making sure they keep the energy up.
Exactly.
There you go. So what are some of the qualifications for both a storm chaser and one of the drummers?
So you have to be over 18 years old. We do have a registration process that you can go through, but you can also show up and register at the auditions as well.
And of course, the background check is probably going to happen if you audition for these as well. If they're going to one of those auditions, what are some things that they should bring or know about before they head over there?
So for the Storm Chasers, you can just show up. We encourage them to wear Thunder gear, Thunder colors. For the drummers, if they have a drum pad or sticks, they can bring them, but it's not necessary.
Okay, so not necessary, but will you have the drums for those who want to?
Absolutely, yes, correct.
Okay, that's good to know. So let's talk about those storm chasers again. Give us some examples of what they're going to be doing at the games. I looked at one of the videos on the OKC Thunder. They're doing a lot from like t-shirt stuff to getting the crowd hyped.
Absolutely. So we also have signs that lead like OKC chants. So they're, from the very, very bottom to the court, all the way to the 300 levels. They're making sure just the very small little things that people, if someone needs something or someone drops something at a game and they need they want to make sure that everyone there is having a good game day experience. So very interactive, people that are good with fans and that are just, Thunder fans.
So if they want to audition, you need to make sure they have lots of energy.
Yes, absolutely. That's 100% probably the first requirement, is just someone with a lot of energy, good people skills. Yeah.
Energy is the main goal of, going to these Thunder games. They're watching these teams play and getting the crowd riled up, but also outside of the games, they serve as ambassadors for the community. Talk about that.
Absolutely. One of the greatest things that they get to do, so we do a lot of charity events, a lot of promotional events with different companies. It's an amazing way to get out in the city and, just be a part of the community events.
So for those who are interested, I'm sure they would want to know, is this a paid position? Is this volunteer?
It is a paid position, correct?
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
And how much are people looking at getting paid?
Well, it's a contract kind of situation. So it starts off at $13 an hour, and then it kind of changes from there.
So a good little part-time gig for someone looking to have some fun and get to go to some Thunder games.
Absolutely. Our Storm Chasers are also, they have day jobs. A lot of them go to school full-time and everything. So you're definitely able to have outside jobs or do outside things as well as be a part of the Storm Chasers or the drummers.
Okay, perfect. So where is this audition taking place?
So the auditions are Saturday, August 12th. That's coming up Saturday. For the Storm Chasers, the registration is from 9 to 9:30 a.m. And then for the drummers, it's 12 to 12:30 p.m.
Okay, and if they missed any of that information, is there a website they can go to check it all out?
Yes, ma'am. So if they go to nba.com/thunder/auditions, all the information is on there.
Of course, and we also have that on our website as well, koco.com. If you missed any of that, make sure you come to the auditions with plenty of energy, because that's the #1 thing they're going to be looking for. Cristian, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate it, and I'm sure you'll be looking forward to all the auditions on Saturday.
Yes, thank you, Shelby.
Thanks. All right, we'll be right back.